Time is running out for Coronation Street villain Megan Walsh next week as she desperately tries to secure a breakthrough with Will Driscoll before it's too late. Megan is due to stand trial for grooming Will after he reported her to the police a few weeks ago, but she still hopes to escape justice. Upcoming scenes see Megan convince Will to meet her at a car park, safely away from prying eyes. They've already been in touch via Will's gaming headset, but Megan knows that she needs to up the ante with her manipulation by seeing him in person. When they come face to face, Megan does all she can to persuade Will not to testify in court. "No matter what anyone says to you or what you hear about me, I just need you to remember one thing," Megan says. "I loved you. And I know now that that was wrong. But it doesn't mean it wasn't the truth. And I'm not saying that we can be together, because we can't. But please don't let this be how it ends. Don't let me go to prison." Will isn't entirely convinced, though, and firmly accuses Megan of lying. Reminding Megan of how she's behaved in the past, Will seems to have broken free of her control. Watch a first look at the scene below. Is this Will's final decision, or will Megan have to change tactics in the days leading up to the trial? We know there are more twists and turns still to come, as Megan's mother Janine will be arriving in Weatherfield soon, and she wastes no time before visiting the Driscolls. Catherine Tilsley, who plays Eva Price, recently told TV Times, "When Janine reveals who she is, it's like a red rag to a bull for Ben." Janine tries to apologize on behalf of Megan. She is bewildered as to why this happened. But sometimes people grow up in normal, loving families and things go extremely wrong. That's what Eva sees. She's like, it's not Janine's fault. Then you've got Maggie, who's like, well, Megan has learned this behavior from someone. Weatherfield is no stranger to secrets, heartbreak, and unexpected twists. But the latest drama involving Will and Megan promises to send shockwaves through the cobbles. Just when residents thought the pair had finally found some stability, Megan's latest decision has changed everything, and Will's reaction is set to leave viewers stunned. For weeks, tensions had been simmering beneath the surface. Megan had been carrying the weight of uncertainty, feeling trapped between loyalty and her desire for a fresh start. While Will believed they were building a future together, Megan quietly began questioning whether the life they had planned was truly the one she wanted. The turning point came when Megan finally decided she could no longer ignore her instincts. Determined to take control of her own destiny, she made a bold move that nobody, including Will, saw coming. Whether driven by ambition, fear, or a longing for something more, Megan's decision marked the beginning of a new chapter. But if she expected Will to quietly accept the change, she was mistaken. When the truth reached him, Will's reaction was immediate and emotional. Friends described him as devastated. Having invested so much into their relationship, he struggled to understand why Megan had chosen to make such a life-changing decision without him. Betrayal quickly mixed with anger, leaving Will wrestling with emotions he had tried so hard to keep buried. "He thought they were in this together," one close friend remarked. "He never imagined she'd make a move like this." Initially, Will tried to hide his disappointment. But in classic Coronation Street fashion, emotions soon spilled over. A heated confrontation followed, with years of memories and unspoken frustrations coming pouring out. What started as a painful conversation soon escalated into one of the most dramatic clashes the couple had ever faced. Megan, however, stood firm. Despite seeing Will's pain, she refused to back down. For the first time in a long while, she put her own needs first. She admitted that living according to everyone else's expectations had left her unhappy, and she wasn't willing to sacrifice her dreams any longer. Her words hit Will harder than he expected. Behind the anger was heartbreak. The realization that Megan had emotionally drifted away long before making her decision left him feeling powerless. Suddenly, the future he had envisioned seemed to be slipping through his fingers. Yet amid the emotional fallout, something unexpected happened. Instead of allowing bitterness to consume him, Will began to reflect on his own role in the relationship. Had he been too focused on his own plans? Had he stopped listening to what Megan truly wanted? Those difficult questions forced him to confront uncomfortable truths. As the dust settled, viewers saw a different side of Will emerge. Gone was the furious man lashing out in pain. In his place stood someone struggling to come to terms with change, a man who still loved Megan but understood that love alone might not be enough. Meanwhile, Megan found herself facing doubts of her own. Though determined to move forward, she couldn't completely ignore the emotional wreckage left behind. Friends warned her that chasing a new beginning often came with consequences, and she began wondering whether she had acted too hastily. Could she really leave the past behind? Or had she underestimated how much Will still meant to her? The uncertainty only added to the tension. Around Weatherfield, speculation spread quickly. Some residents sided with Megan, praising her courage for choosing happiness. Others sympathized with Will, believing he deserved better after being blindsided. As opinions divided, one thing became clear: neither of them would walk away unchanged. Sources close to the couple hinted that this may not be the end of their story. In fact, Megan's next move and Will's emotional response could pave the way for even more surprises. Reconciliation remains possible, but so does the prospect of an even bigger heartbreak. Fans have already taken to social media, debating whether Will should fight for their relationship or accept that Megan has moved on. Many praised the storyline for its realism, pointing out that love and ambition often collide in ways that are messy and painful. One viewer wrote, "Will's reaction broke my heart. You could see he genuinely thought they'd spend their lives together." Another commented, "Good for Megan. Sometimes you have to choose yourself, even when it hurts." With emotions running high and neither side willing to completely let go, Weatherfield's latest saga is far from over. And if Coronation Street has taught viewers anything over the years, it's this: when love, regret, and unfinished business collide, the biggest twists are often still waiting around the corner. Will and Megan's story may have reached a crossroads, but the road ahead promises even more drama, heartbreak, and perhaps one final chance at happiness. Only time will tell whether their love can survive the storm, or whether Megan's bold next move has changed everything forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coronation Street Scoop News Update.